to give you a lot of food for thought. But I was talking to Nick last night, and he's not here either. But I was talking to Brent, I was talking to Nick about releases. But we go back to 1976 with Carl. And so back in those days, there was a tendency, because everything was so new and so exciting and stuff, you'd learn the 8 releases, and then you learned them. You're done. And we usually did them in every class, but you didn't pay much attention because you already had your promotion and you wanted to do bigger, exciting katas. You learned the 17, then you were through. You practiced it now and then, but now you wanted to do san kata. So you were supposed to go back and always improve your previous material, and that quit happening a great deal. Some of you old farts like me can probably remember that. So I was talking to Nick last night, and I noticed in the last few years of Carl's life, go down to Houston and you'd see really, really high ranks, and I'm not putting anybody down, I promise, because I was just as bad as anybody, but you would see really, really high ranks, and you would see green belts and brown belts doing a better set of releases than these really high ranks, because they were still practicing them and doing them all the time, and the higher ranks just, you know, they were above that now, and that would include me, until I moved to Colorado and started really thinking about some stuff. So we know, for instance, that on the street, no one's ever going to hit you like this. They're going to hit you with this foot forward, because that's how you get power, you know. So we practice this other way for a reason. It's called safety, and we didn't hurt each other a great deal. So, come here, girl. You're just closest. So we all learned to do number 1 release real slow in this beautiful ballet form and all that, and then now we feel safe because if someone grabs us, we can do that. But what if she grabs me unexpectedly? Because I've been in a few street fights and bar fights. I got the scars to show it. But I never had anyone come up to me and say, I'm going to beat the hell out of you. How do you want me to attack you?
Let's see.
I never had anyone ask me that. So they can grab you all kinds of ways. That's why we have 8 different releases. But what if she grabs me for number 1 release, and there's a fire hydrant here, or there's a buddy behind her, or for whatever reason I'm on the wrong foot, who cares why, and the only place I can possibly step is backwards. Well, I still do number 1 release. Or she might try to throw me over there. Well, I'm still doing number 1 release, but we got 4 different corners. So how many people practice number 1 release in every direction? I know you do, but very few of you do, because I didn't do it either. So I got to thinking about that. Well, the way I teach releases now is basically we have 32 releases. There's just 8 techniques, but there's all these different directions. So to me, and I might be full of crap, I don't know, for me you ought to be able to do any given release in any given direction, but we never practice that. I never practiced that until recently. The same is true for the 23. I mean, just stand there, I'm not going to do anything. But we know that we have an inside break, and we know that we have a strong outside break, and we know that we have a soft outside break. But do you ever do shomanate all 3 ways? We do. Because we can't possibly predict how we're going to be attacked. Now in the old days, the theory was, because Aikido was pretty new back then and stuff, is that if you learn the releases and you learn the 17 and blah, 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 the technique required would come to hand when it was needed. But then we started having people have real experiences on the street. And most of them did pretty damn good. The few that didn't was, as they were being attacked, is, now which am I supposed to do? And by that time they're on their ass. Because it has to be instinctive, it can't be thought. So I just suggest, for your own good, and you might not want to, but I would suggest that you learn to take 1 release at a time and do it from every angle and every direction you can think of. And you won't give a damn what release you do. But you won't have any thought either. Well, if they attack you this way, you should do number 3, not number 1. Well, good luck if you can get them to attack you the way you want them to. So it's just food for thought. You might try to play around with all the releases and do them all kinds of ways.
Good. Let's move up and do it.
And the same with the 23. If you're used to doing some kind of technique with a hard break, try it with a soft break too.
I love it. I love it.
You just have to step to the other side. That's the only damn difference. But you cannot predict how someone's, unless you can pay them to attack you the way you want them to. You can't say how they're going to attack. So just something I like to play with.
Thank you.
I'm going to try the bathroom again.
Good luck with the back. All right, let's spend a few minutes. Yeah.